I've just found the chart that is keeping Bitcoin down. As you can see, the dollar index here is doing something we do not want to see in the charts. We are getting a 4-hourly bounce off the dollar index's EMA ribbon. What does this mean for the Bitcoin price action? Could we be heading for more pain and breaking down from critical structure? Smash the likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to trade any of these moves. Bybit, Mexi, links below, two of the platforms which I use to trade, offering you some amazing bonuses. They do support the channel. This is the dollar index, guys. If you know, this is inversely correlated to crypto. The dollar index gives you an indication of whether an asset or whether the mood in the market is risk on or risk off. The higher the dollar index goes, the more risk off the market is rotating. That is not good for the Nasdaq, it's not good for risk stocks, and Bitcoin is bundled into that bucket of being a risky asset. So when we see the dollar index rising like we've seen here over a while now, this is one of the reasons Bitcoin is not only consolidating, but could be pulling back deeper into the 25,000 level. If you've not watched my video from the weekend, make sure you go catch up on that. I do a deep technical analysis dive into Bitcoin and all the key levels you want to be watching throughout this week. But right now, we are starting the week off with the dollar index bouncing strongly here off its EMA ribbon. You saw here over Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we consolidated, well, Friday, sorry, they don't trade on Saturday, Sunday, the dollar index. We consolidated into the EMA ribbon. Now we're seeing a bounce, okay? The reason we're seeing the bounce is markets continue to be unsure about the debt ceiling. You see the US indices here, Nasdaq just slightly green, the S&P flat, Dow Jones slightly red. They're nervous about whether we're going to see a resolution to these debt ceiling talks. The more longer this goes without us getting a resolution, markets are going to become fearful that the US could default, and therefore risk will rotate off. Now, I've covered off in my videos, I don't expect there to be a default every single time the debt ceiling has been raised. I mean, it's 31 trillion now, right? Obviously, they're going to keep raising it. It's just a number on a sheet for them. But the drama leading up to it, it could be another 2 weeks of this drama, and that could spell trouble for Bitcoin. Now, if we look at the daily chart on the dollar index, you've got to watch this as well. Not only did it flip the daily EMA ribbon on the 11th of May, we covered it here on this channel, it's just moved from strength to strength, right? This is a big move here on the dollar index, and we need it to cool off. We need it to cool off, but the problem we're going to have now is because it's so far above its EMA ribbon, when it does come down, it could just easily bounce and head back up again. So this is going to be the key battle over the next few weeks for Bitcoin, because what we've got here is dollar index gaining its EMA ribbon on the daily chart, but as soon as I switch to Bitcoin, you see the opposite. We've lost our EMA ribbon. And now the question is going to be, can we flip this? Can Bitcoin regain its daily EMA ribbon? Can the dollar index go back down? In order for that to happen, risk would have to rotate on. Now, what do we need for risk to rotate on? Well, we need the debt ceiling talks to resolve themselves, right? We need that big monkey off the back so we can move ahead with markets. But to add to the pain, to add to the FUD, we've also got this. We had Fed Bullard coming out being the ever hawk that he is. Fed Bullard backs 2 more interest rate hikes. Now remember, the markets have not been pricing this in. No, the market, to all intents and purposes, 73% of the market expect a pause on in June at the next FOMC meeting, June the 14th, right? We're just 3 weeks away from that. But for Fed Bullard to be coming out saying we expect 2 more rate hikes, inflation, core inflation hasn't come down, labor market is still strong, we need to bring it down. I mean, look at the comments he was saying here. I think we're going to have to grind higher with the policy rate in order to put downward pressure on inflation. He then said, you want to get the downward pressure while you can. Okay, so he came out really hawkish, and that's creating some panic in the market. If we jump across here into the Bitcoin chart and jump into the hourly, what I do want to show you is the following. We are forming a very important symmetrical triangle. We've been monitoring the symmetrical triangle. Over the weekend, we broke to the downside, but you never trust breakouts on a weekend, right? You have low volume on a weekend and you never trust it. Then we started moving back in, and now we're moving to the downside again. So sideways volatility in this market. Anytime the market ums and ers, we're starting to get a little bits of panic coming in. Are we going to resolve the debt ceiling? Is inflation okay? Markets are just very jittery right now. So zooming out, we need to watch the breakdown from this symmetrical triangle. I share all the key levels in my video on the weekend, so make sure you watch that. But to summarize, the end target of this is 26.2K at the pullback here. Wider pullbacks on the weekly EMA ribbon, and you guys know I'm comfortable with a pullback all the way down to that 25K level. That's an okay level to test. Anything lower than that, and we tear up the script, right? Then things get nasty. We're back below our EMA ribbon and we need to set up shop for a longer pullback into lower levels, okay? But for now, it could all still be healthy. It could still be part of a healthy move. We just have to see that pullback happen on our EMA ribbon. Let me show you this one more time. We need to see this pullback. We're getting it. It's in the EMA ribbon now. We need to see the bulls respond, bounce, and push beyond 31. We need to do this now. If we can do this, then the dollar index will do the opposite. Let me just show you the equivalent on dollar index. It's inversely correlated. So on the dollar index, if Bitcoin can bounce, dollar index will get rejected. Boom, and dollar index should get pushed to the downside. That is the good case scenario. The bad case scenario, dollar index goes up, reclaims its weekly EMA ribbon. Maybe it does it something like this, where it just kind of goes past the EMA ribbon, retests, and then boom, it goes. In which case, you know what to expect on Bitcoin. It'll be the opposite, right? Bitcoin will retest to the downside and push itself for a longer pullback to the downside. That's where it's at right now. We need to watch out for the debt ceiling talk over the next couple of weeks, but do expect a little bit more pain. On my video on the weekend, I also shared the huge bullish pattern being formed here on the weekly chart for Bitcoin. It's a big reversal pattern, a cup and handle pattern with a shocking price target of 45,000. This is a longer term play, but it relies on us bouncing from the CMA ribbon. Bounce from the CMA ribbon now, go above the neckline at 30,000, and we could be working our way to a price target of 45. This is a critical level right now, guys, and we cannot emphasize that enough. We had a nice big move here, moving us up to 31, a little bit of a pullback. Can the bull step up, produce some support to deliver us to the top side? Now, short term, things still look painful, right? We cannot deny the fact that shorter term, this price target of the symmetrical triangle is still in play, right? 25,200 here is still in play. If we look at the head and shoulders pattern as well, technically that price target is still in play. Yes, we've consolidated sideways, but we've not invalidated it. We've not gone above the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern. So this horrible price target of 24,000 is still in place. So we need to keep our buyers here to the downside, but we want to see real support come in at that 25k level. If you appreciate this video, smash some likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the links in the description to Bybit and Mexi to support the channel and trade yourself. Practice trading with a little bit of lunch money. I also posted the ultimate guide on BRC20 tokens. So if you've been hearing about these BRC20 tokens and not sure where to start, that's the one video you need. So definitely go check that out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.